2023 NPC National Bodybuilding Championships. This is Carl Morelli talking with very heavyweight competitor Dennis Newman. Dennis, thanks for coming before our cameras tonight.
Thank you.
How are you feeling about the show?
I feel really confident. I feel I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm going to do some damage out there.
Well, I think you've already done some damage out there.
Yeah, I think I've shocked a lot of people since I took 6th in the USA a couple months back. I felt that I wasn't satisfied with that, and I need to redeem myself and come to the Nationals and come in better shape and bigger, which I did. I did my homework, and I think it's going to pay off.
Well, it's not only a redemption, it could be the night of devastation if you come on with all the marbles tonight. But you're up against a very tough competitor and a very good one, Mike Francois.
Yeah, Mike's a very good competitor. He's a really nice guy. I just think when it comes to shape, symmetry, and he's a very thick, muscular guy, and it's hard to compete with that. But I believe in bodybuilding should be a total package with no lacking body parts and symmetry, a pleasing physique, and I think I might have that over him. And hopefully the judges will see that. And
well, the judges certainly compared you for a long time with him the other day at the prejudging. With those comparisons, it appeared to me that you seemed to grow in size as the prejudging went on. I mean, it may be an illusion, but you started out looking big, and you look like you got bigger. Yeah. Is that an illusion, or does that actually happen to you?
You know what? I had a lot of people say that to me, but as I was posing and I was sweating a little bit, I felt stronger, I felt tighter, I was getting harder, and it was like I had all this energy. I don't know where it came from. It was the first time I've ever felt like this in a contest, and it's just, I think, whatever I did for my diet, I'm going to write down, because this definitely works for me. And while I was getting better on stage, I think everybody else was getting really exhausted, lacking of the water, and I think as I was getting better, they were getting worse. I think that helped me out.
If this was a science fiction movie, we could honestly say that you were absorbing the energy from the other competitors on the stage into your own body.
Yeah, I think so. I think the USA gave me a different attitude on the sport and the placing that I had. I just came into the contest. I figured I was going to do the best I can and care less about what happens. I just wanted to have a good time, and I just want to have fun out there, and I hope things go the way they should.
That communicates itself beautifully to the audience, and I think that's exactly what happened at the prejudging.
Yeah, I think so. And
so we're all going to be in for a treat tonight.
Yes, you are. You're going to see a really good treat.
Good. Dennis, you had a long road to this contest. I remember when we first saw you at the Teen Nationals, which you won just about 4 years ago, isn't that right?
It was the Teen USA. I think that was the last year that they had it. Yeah, I think 200 pounds. I just barely made the heavyweight class, and I took the overall. I beat a few competitors that are in the show tonight, like Bo Matlock. Bo Matlock was in light heavyweights, which he is now in my heavyweight class. He's a great competitor. There's a few other, like George Bentoncourt, that's been in the national scenes before. He's coming up, yeah, that was a big step for me. I wanted to conquer as much as I could as a teenager, and I accomplished that. Now this is my next goal, and I hope it happens tonight.
Well, you were very impressive in that competition, and we've been looking at your career ever since. You've gone from strength to strength. Has it been a fun trip for you, or are you really under a lot of stress when this competition routine takes hold of you every year?
You know what? I learn something every time I diet for a contest. I learn something new, and it makes it that much easier. It's like, oh, why didn't I do this before? At times it's rough. I just recently got married, and it's been rough on my wife, and she's never experienced anything like that. So that's kind of been a burden on me as far as watching her go through what she has to go through. But
did she get prepared enough by you for being a bodybuilder wife?
Yeah, in somewhat. I've warned her about things that happen in bodybuilding and stuff like that, but I try to make it as easy on her as possible. I try to live a bodybuilding lifestyle in the gym. I don't bring my work home to me. All I do is make sure that I get my food that I need to eat all day, and I don't talk about bodybuilding. I don't try, tell her how much bigger I want to get and all that stuff. I try to live a normal lifestyle like anybody else, and I think that relates well in my life with my wife.
Well, considering the amount of weight and muscle that you've got on your frame, and what the meals your wife must have to cook for you, the food bill around your house must be a little bit like the national debt.
My wife does help me out cooking with the food, but I do most of the cooking. I don't have her as being a maid or anything like that. I take care of my own things, and she takes care of hers, and we just share each other's lives. And yeah, the food bill is very expensive, and I think it's like any other sport. It's the person with the biggest engine that puts the most money into it is going to win, and the more money you make in the sport, the better you're going to get. Just like the pros, you see a transition from the amateur to the pros. You see them that much better as they are when they're pros. So hopefully next year I can come in bigger if I'm a pro and make more money and look better.
I assume you wouldn't mind being an 8-time Mr. Olympia winner like Lee Haney.
Oh no, I think if I turn pro tonight, that'll be my next goal, turning pro or winning the Mr. Olympia. I think it's possible. I'm only 23 years old. I see a lot of the competitors up there around 27, 30 years old, so I got a long ways to go in the sport. And I see a lot of good things happening as long as I keep myself focused and steady with a steady pace.
Well, we think that whether it's tonight or it's next year or whenever, it's a matter of inevitability that nobody's going to stand in Dennis Newman's way.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, and I can't wait.
Well, we can't wait to see you doing it. The fans have been very receptive to you, Dennis. We want you to know that you have made a great impression on the bodybuilding audiences throughout the world over the last few years, especially more recently because of the television exposure that you've had and the contests you've been in. So we think that Dennis Newman is going to be another historic name in the annals of bodybuilding, and we can't wait to see this. Best of